Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing great and that you're ready for some great writerly advice, because if you are, you're in the right place. And if you are, make sure to watch to the end, because it's going to be a real fun video today. Because today I'm going to talk to you about classic villain tropes. In a previous video I talked about the worst tropes in crime fiction for villains, as well as male villains, as well as the female villains. So I thought I'd just give you another idea of villains, which some ideas that are good tropes. Anyway, so let's get down to it, shall we? Yes, we shall. Starting with number 1. The mastermind. This is a villain who plans everything to the last detail. They might have several backup plans because they believe in Murphy's Law that says whatever can go wrong will go wrong. That's really the only law that a criminal might believe in. Or another way to say it is from Mike Tyson. Everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. Like I did my hand, not my own face there, eh? But anyway, and where someone is a criminal, they may very well get punched in the face more than once or 20 times. Maybe. Anyway, it does work because readers love an intellectual duel between equally sharp minds. Think of Sherlock Holmes and Professor Moriarty. To do a twist on this, have the criminal fail, not because of the detective, but because of a flaw in the villain. This could be pride, as in pride goes before the fall, or anything else that you can think of. Number 2, wait for it. The corrupt authority. This could be anyone in a position of authority in society, be it a cop, a politician, or judge who uses their position for personal gain. Like, let's say, a judge knowingly lets a predator out of prison due to getting a bribe. Or maybe they send people to a private prison to get a kickback from the people who operate that slammer. That has happened in the past, for real, but anyway, this trope does work because it ties into many readers' frustrations with abuse of power. If you want to do a twist on this trope, anyway, think of showing the corruption as a slow slide down a slope, as opposed to one incident or one just simply being outright evil. They justify what they do because in their mind it's for the greater good each time they go down, further down the slope. And now, number 3, the sociopath. This one is the cold, charming, and completely remorseless person for their evil acts. They see people as tools and objects to further their own needs. This works because they embody pure, unadulterated danger. The reason we fear the dark, the reason we fear, well, whatever it is we fear. Now for the twist in this. Give them a moral code they believe in. Just that their moral code justifies their evil acts. Number 4, the Avenger. Also known as a vigilante, kind of like my character Melissa in my Catch or Be Caught vigilante justice series. Although she's not actually a villain, she's an anti-hero. That might be something I'll do a video on anyway. But anyway, this villain was victimized in the past, and now they seek vengeance and care little about who stands in their way. This character will think they are the real victim. And one time they may very well have been, but now they no longer are because they're victimizing others. This works, however, because their actions can be understood even if the readers don't necessarily agree or sympathize with them. To get all twist on this, maybe their vengeance is based on a lie or misunderstanding, but they're too far down the rabbit hole to turn back now. Number 5. The Puppet Master. This criminal uses others to do their dirty work. They pull strings and yank everyone to their whims. This can be fun to play with, as the readers won't know who the villain is until the final reveal. This creates a great aha moment when the villain is finally revealed if you're using red herrings, that is, anyway, because people may think, oh, well, I didn't see that coming, or they may very well have if you did use red herrings badly. But a cool way to do a twist on this is maybe have the puppet master does not realize that they themselves are being used by someone even more powerful than them. That could be a funny one, isn't it? Anyway, number 6. The true believer. This villain is fighting for a cause they believe in. Hence the reason they're a true believer. This could be political, religious, or personal. Maybe they're a Robin Hood-esque type where they steal from the rich and give to the poor. Then maybe they have to steal back from the poor to give back to the old rich. Anyway, and they could be manipulated by Puppet Master themselves. I could throw them both in there. Fanaticism works in this because it adds depth and realism to the character. They are dangerous because they believe they are right. To put a twist on this, maybe have their cause have some merit. This will force readers and the protagonists to question who is truly right. Number 7. The charismatic seducer. This is also known as the femme fatale, if you're using a female character, that is. Anyway, which I've done a video on, and I put that in the description. Check it out there. Anyway, this character uses charm, sex appeal, among other things, to manipulate and seduce others, possibly even the detective in the novel. Or what could be even more interesting is have them be a dominatrix, and both the detective and the villain are into that type of thing, and your femme fatale whips them both. That's funny because, I mean, really what's the worst could happen if that was the situation? Anyway, this can be fun, can be a potentially fun character to write and read because they blur the line between desire and danger. As far as a twist goes, maybe have the seduction not be sexual but emotional. The seducer is the only one who truly understands the hero. Maybe the seducer believes that, and maybe the hero does too. Number 8. The reluctant criminal. This person was forced into crime due to circumstances beyond their control. This could be debt, a family member with an incurable disease, or a curable disease that they need to spend a lot of money on in order to save them. Or they're being blackmailed, or anything along those lines. But then they discovered that they're good at it. This works because readers can understand their struggles even while the character is spiraling down, further into everything. To get all twisty on this one, have them start to enjoy the feeling of power over people with their criminal behavior. Number 9. The mirror villain. This is the dark reflection of the hero. They have similar skill sets, just at different moral codes. Where the detective believes in using their skills to help society, the villain uses their skills to further enrich themselves, not caring who they have to stomp on to get how they want things. Anyway, this can create an interesting storyline because the cop is chasing the worst version of themselves. Just don't do the evil twin thing unless you can find a way to make it completely original or new or fresh or whatever way you call it. To put the twist on this, have the villain's worldview start to make sense to the protagonist, and maybe he starts to go over to that side. Maybe. Number 10. The ghost. This does not necessarily mean that the character is an actual ghost in the story, but simply someone from the hero's past who has resurfaced. Perhaps the cop had a past failure with this character, and for whatever reason they thought they might have been dead or something. For some reason, maybe they had to use lethal force on the person to stop him from whacking someone innocent, and maybe the person didn't actually end up dying for some reason. This ties emotional stakes directly into the backstory, and when you want to twist this up, maybe the ghost doesn't want revenge, but redemption. But they're going about it in a horrific way. So there you have it. my 10 classic villain tropes for crime fiction. Next week I will do a video on emerging villain tropes. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it helps you with your writing. Have a great day and a great week, and I will see you in 7 days. So long, everybody.